Auburn Park in Broxburn for second against first in the SWPL, and welcome along to Glasgow City FC TV highlights of this big one. A win today for the visitors will almost clinch the title with 2 games to go. There'll be a 6-point gap with a massive goal difference for Hibs. They want to continue their fantastic season. One little blip away at Aberdeen, but a win for them today keeps things going for at least another week or two. Looking at the teams, well, Joel Murray isn't in the starting lineup today. Had a little bit of an injury of late. She is on the bench, but Abigail Harrison scored a hat-trick just a few weeks ago at the Excelsior Stadium, so will be lively. For Glasgow City, the goals of Abby Grant and Leah Ross will be a threat as always, as they have been this season. Denise O'Sullivan has a tremendous season, the recent SWPL Player of the Month, and plenty of reinforcements on the bench. Oh, and Alexander, did it cross the line? Eye off the ball. Referee said no, but that was a huge moment in the game. And Hibs carry on. Harrison in the box. Harrison is onside here, and it's just wide from Abigail Harrison, the hero for Hibs. 3 goals, the hat-trick in August, and just out a bit wide there, but a very, very, very good chance for the home side. That's a great delivery from a similar position last time. In fact, they've taken it short. Robertson's ball in. Oh, it's off the crossbar from Tweedy. Tweedy might get a second go at it. McCulloch does to secure it away. Knocking a effort, but almost profited for the home side. On its delivery. Hunter in there! And Lauder was on the post. Hibs finding the better of the chances last few minutes. Sullivan. Oh, lovely stuff. Here's Hayley Lauder. She's through here. Hayley Lauder. She scores! First real chance of the game. 12 minutes into the second half. And Hayley Lauder in a bit of a scoring spree at the moment. Her 11th of the season. And a big goal in the title race. Cuthbert's throw to Sullivan. Brownlee with the challenge in, still with Denise O'Sullivan. Back to Erin Cuthbert. Lauder was waiting in there. Here's Kerry Montgomery. Montgomery's effort just over. No, it may fall here. Cuthbert with a rocket! And that's how to almost clinch a title. A little error in there, but Cuthbert's 4th of the season, and everyone in to celebrate that because they know the significance. It's 2 on the roads against the nearest rivals. Hay chasing. Oh, it's poor from Hunter. Sullivan trying to take it on, and Fife did enough. A great tenacity from young Brogan Hay in there as well. Robertson, big gap here for Smith to run on. Kirsty Smith through, and it's over. And that could have been 1 back. Robertson to Smith. Robertson does well in that tight space. Harrison. Arnott. Arnott's drive. Nick for the corner. And the header from Hunter. And it's over. The gigantic step to the title for Glasgow City. They've came and done a real away job today. Hibs had plenty of chances at home in Auburn Park, but the 2 snap goals from Lauder and a brilliant effort from Cuthbert in the second half, a bit similar to Spartans last week, has done the job, and they basically need a point from the last 2 games of Glasgow City. 6 points clear with 2 games to go, far better goal difference, and it's almost virtually job done. Cup semi-final to come next week, and the 2 games against Chelsea as well in the Champions League. The big games just keep on coming at the end of the season, but in this mammoth second v first contest at Albion Park, City are the victors. 2-0. So that was the highlights. Scott Booth's interview is online with Paul Elliott, and well, it was a big day in the season, Paul, for the 2 sides involved. City have went on and won here in a gritty performance. What was your assessment?
Gritty's a good word for it, actually. Yeah. First half, Hibs did pretty well, actually. They had better chances, arguably. Hit crossbar. There was one off the line from Lee Alexander as well. But it was the second half is where City really came into their own, which has kind of been a theme of this season. And in the second half, they kind of turned the screw a wee bit. Got 2 very, very good goals, and I think it was a good performance by them to get this done today. And it's a lot of fixtures just now, a lot of really important games, and they've managed to get this done as early as they possibly can, which is just a big bonus for the club.
Well, talk about the 2 goals there. Hayley Lauder scored. She's scored a few important goals lately. Erin Cuthbert not long after as well with a great finish. A bit of a similar story to Spartans. 2 goals early on-ish in the second half, which kind of killed the game. Yeah,
it did kill the game. You can see that Hibs knew as soon as the second goal went in that it was probably over. And I think the way they celebrated the goals a wee bit as well, you could tell that they kind of knew it was job done. But maybe that was a difference in the end, because Hibs did have their chances in the first half and they didn't take them. City had a couple of chances in the second half and did take them, and that's how it's ended up 2-0. 2 very good finishes, and I'm pretty sure the players will be pleased with their performance today, and pleased with getting the 3 points at a tough place to play.
Hibs will get plenty of plaudits for the season they've had. We did talk about would there be a point in the season where they'd maybe run out of steam. Is there a case maybe today with 1 or 2 chances, and obviously the loss against Aberdeen, which was pretty painful in the grand scheme of things? Is that maybe the tale of they just maybe never had enough players in the tank for the final few games?
Yeah, we spoke about this before. I mean, there's obviously a lot of quality in the team. There's some fantastic players in the Hibs team, and they've had a great season. They've made it really entertaining for everybody watching the women's game, and they can be really, really proud of their performances this season. But it'll come back to the Aberdeen game. I think that's what's damaged them. And today, I think City just knew they had to get the job done. And there's a lot of winners in that team. There's a lot of people who have won a lot of medals, and they know how to win games. That's probably been the difference overall, I would say.
And certainly Chris Alberts has to take some praise throughout the season, and has done a good job. This is the big one. Welcome along to Albion Park. It is Hibernian ladies against Glasgow City. It's second against first. And if it goes the home side's way, they could take the top spot in the table. Glasgow City, if they win, could go 5 points clear in this massive game in August of the SWPL 1. Looking at the sides for Hibs, well, of course, they beat Glasgow City in the League Cup just before the summer break. The only change from that side to today is Rachel Small, who's came from Aberdeen over the summer period. She comes in plenty of thread up top with the likes of Ewens and Harrison and Arnott. For Glasgow City, still 1 or 2 niggles. Hayley Lauder is one of those on the bench. Still no Nikki Docherty, no Hayley Rosen either. But Claire Shine's back involved. She's back in the front line, just playing behind Julie Fleeting. It is a strong side, and a bit of a baptism of fire for Kiva Keenan, who early on in her Glasgow City career has taken on Hibs. And Julie Fleeting gets us going. This new style of kick-off, still getting used to it. We're off and underway for the big game between the top 2. Plenty of Glasgow City supporters have made the trip alongside a few of the home support, so a good almost 50-50 mix actually. City look to get things going very quickly. Lorraine Clark, the referee for this big game. She refereed these two at Hamilton earlier in the season. So then it's Kiva Keenan. First chance in the opening minute for the long throw. Fleeting in the mix. McCulloch. It's McMurtry! 62 seconds on the clock. Lorne McMurtry, who scored against Forfar a couple of weeks ago in the league, has scored on the biggest occasions of the season in the league. Wow, what a start. And well, Lorne McMurtry actually was the first player out for the warm-up. It's a good 5 minutes before anyone else in orange and green and white. She's been up for it quite clearly. Hibs have not really got going since losing the early goal, and Brown was getting herself forward in the next wave of attack, and Joe Murray will be lucky to escape without a card here. Surely a yellow card coming out from Lorraine Clark. No, it doesn't look like it, just the bit conversation. Fiona Brown shakes her hand, Leanne Ross coming across to ask why on earth not a yellow card. Surely that should have been a yellow early in the game or not. Scott Booth not too happy. Up long goes, and Small chasing, Gemma Fee out, McMurtry back there. Does enough. Brown struggling a little bit, and Harrison, Ewens is waiting. Really came into some goal scoring form, Sarah Ewens, after having 1 or 2 chances in the first league meeting of the season. Brilliant finish against Rangers, which got them through to the League Cup final, which they won, but that was just wide. Something on the rack, and that's another strong challenge. Erin Cuthbert on the floor, and Lisa Robertson, the former Glasgow City player, is yellow carded. And that's sort of been the statement of intent, really. Physical game and spell so far in this first half. Murchie looking for options. Here is Fleeting. She looks to start off a move. Here's Fiona Brown. By McLaughlin. Oh, it's missed by everyone. Fleeting! It's 2-0! It's Julie Fleeting, and she's starting it off just inside the Hibs half, and no one could clear it, and there was the experienced veteran striker being sensational all season. She's been on fire. You can sing the song if you want, but that's well finished for number 2. And incidentally, the celebrations you're seeing, apparently Julie Fleeting hasn't celebrated her goals enough this season, so last week and this week a little bit of a joke that she's just celebrating her goals a little bit more. Leanne Ross, remember, she is looking for this record equaler, trying to draw herself 231 goals with the Sue Lappin. Not this time, not a million miles away. As we head for the break, Glasgow City are 2-0 in front. Well, 2-0 up at half time. Scott Booth having a little read of the book. Hibs have a free kick here, and it forward. Brownlee around. Harrison was looking for it. She's going to try and take it. Ross back there. We really need to try and think of something if we're going to get back into this game. Ewens back on after a little clash a few moments ago. Harrison, Ewens in there, and there's Small, and oh, that was a good chance. Plenty of space for Small, but couldn't get the connection. Marion Robertson can't keep all that. Here's Cuthbert! 5, that's an excellent save. Here comes Erin Cuthbert. Still has it. And over from Claire Shine. Well, just getting back up to 100% fitness. Been lively, Claire Shine. But that was a big moment. That could have been 3-0 and done dusted early in this second half. Well, she has worked hard, not quite at 100%. So she's coming off Hayley Lauder on. Can she make an impact? Also been injured lately. 1 or 2 shouting for it. Brown takes it from Ross. Here's Hayley Lauder. Oh, it's a free header for Julie Fleeting. Superb. Got to double check her birth certificate. You sure she isn't 10 years younger? Rolling back the years. Absolutely top drawer from Julie Fleeting. How about that for a header? And how about that scoreline? Excellent afternoon's work from Julie Fleeting, and she makes way for Sarah Cully. Nice flick from Lauder for Brown. Crilly's there, and well, she did score a header against Hibs at Hamilton, but that was a bit ambitious for her. Rather shorter height than one or two that are in the box. Joe Love is trying to find a teammate. Here's Cuthbert. Ross, so she leaves it, but here comes Lauder, and Fife has to make sure, and really well done from the young keeper. Not really had an answer today. No shots on target, and now Cuthbert pokes it forward for Fiona Brown. She's going to have a go, isn't she? She is! Just always rising from Brown. Not long left now. And McMurtry. Oh, that's absolutely sensational from Lord McMurtry. Lauder on the no-look 1-2 with Fiona Brown. And it's showboat time for Glasgow City. 3-0 up. The way at Hibs, and Crilly has spotted Brown. Brown was wanting it. It's Fiona Brown! And it's over the keeper, Jenna Fife. And it's 4-0. On 90 minutes, 4-0. And poor old Julie Fleeting, they're all taking a dig at her celebration or lack of this season, which she remedied earlier, and now they're just having a bit laugh. They know job's done. Is that the 10th layer of icing over the cake? Is the 10th title in a row around the corner? They're going to go 5 points clear, and an astonishing afternoon for Glasgow City at Auburn Park. Wonderful vision from Crilly, all started by McMurtry back in their own half, and Lauder, and there was the finish. Superb. So Fiona Brown's 29th career Glasgow City goal, and that was pretty much the last kick of the game in the top two. Well, a chasm in the end. Away from home, Glasgow City have won by 4 goals to nil. Wasn't a top Hibs performance. We have seen them play better this season, but Glasgow City were outstanding in the final third of the pitch. Extremely solid at the back as well. Goals from McMurtry early on, which really took an early sting out the tail for the Hibs threat. Fleeting with a couple, and Fiona Brown put a little gloss on the scoreboard right towards the end. Hibernian 0, Glasgow City 4. All the reaction, all the analysis is on our YouTube channel, and next up for us is the game at the Excelsior Stadium. It's Rangers, who City played in the Cup game last week. It's league action next week. Do join us for that. But in the big game between the top two is Glasgow City, who have run out on top by 4 goals to nil away from home against Hibs.
So it is the big day at the Excelsior Stadium, and it is the top two with the title possibly decided today. Glasgow City have the 5-point lead, so only need 1 point here. Hibs need 3 to at least keep things going to the final day of the season. What is in store? Let's look at the teams for Glasgow City. After resting a number of key players last Sunday in their semi-final, it's pretty much the tried and tested for Scott Booth. Leon Ross has ever captain for the side and looking to make it go 232 to beat that record of Sue Lappin. It's been coming the last few weeks, but not quite over the line yet. Could be the big day today. Also in there, plenty of goal threats, including Claire Shine. Joe Love hasn't picked up a rocket yet. Sarah Crilly has been in great form of late, and then Cuthbert is around too. For Hibs, well, the big news, Joelle Murray is not involved in the starting lineup. She is on the bench, the Hibs captain, but there is a strong side with likes of Lizzie Arnott, who came off the bench to score a second half hat-trick against Hearts in their semi-final of the Cup, and they do have a lot of goals, including of course Abby Harrison, who scored a hat-trick here in the meeting in Excelsior last season. Paul Elliott is alongside me in the commentary box. We're thoroughly looking forward to this.
Yes indeed, it's the cliched last chance saloon I think for Hibs today. If they can bring a result out of this win or get a win, it takes it into the last day of the season, which can make things very interesting. But Glasgow City will come into this one with a lot of confidence, good form, and they'll be looking to put the title to bed today. And who would bet against them?
hopeful from McCarthy, and they found Arnott, who was so deadly last week. Graham with a good pass for Harrison. Half thought about the strike, back to Lucy Graham. And the early tester for Gemma Fay, comfortable though for the Scotland City #1.
Yeah, easy enough. With the sun in our face as well. Hibs, just an early sign that they can claw their way into this game. It was a good break.
Probably seen Lauder in space to quickly get on with the throw. That's a nice bit of skill away from Brownlee. She keeps hold of it. And there it is! The opening goal. And yet another big goal in recent weeks from Sarah Crilly. And is that one step to 10 in a row?
Delivered again. Brilliant finish by Crilly. But it was Hayley Lauder that made it all count. Great play inside the box. Bashing in the space. And picking out Crilly at the far post. Brilliant play by Glasgow City. Good finish. And it's a good start by Glasgow City.
Crilly's 5th in the league this season, an 18th in total, level with Erin Cuthbert now. And well, she has started the last few games back in the team. She's featured a lot off the bench, but it shows you whenever she appears, she scores goals.
Lauder's enjoying herself today. Just always demanding the ball and playing her wee tricks.
And there she is once more. And may well have been the save that helped on its way to the woodwork to stop it going in. That was wonderful again from Hayley Lauder.
Yeah, total quality, great turn, great shot as well. Unlucky, but these last few games she's always demanding the ball and looking like she's really enjoying her football at the minute.
Complaints from Scott Booth there, but play on as the referee. Harrison gets it back from the 1-2. It's Harrison with a long range try, and not a million miles away, but it always looked like in the space opened up she would have a go. Brown. Right, Muscles Robertson, which is a hard thing to do. There's Shine trying to lay up for someone. Joe Love around. There's Lauder. Players all over the place. Hayley Lauder, and it's just no wide.
She's having a great game, so dangerous. You kind of feel that she's going to get herself a goal today. She's come close a few times. That was a good effort. Hibs survive again.
Hunter's high ball. Smith leaves it for Graham. Heron trying to get hold of it. Here's Arnott. McLaughlin. Good space here for Arnott, and it's bobbling around in there somehow. They've got away with it because it wasn't cleared initially that well by City. One or two lurking in there, including McLaughlin. Ross is looking for Shine. Hunter is in the way. Well, it's came through from Harrison to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's done Nicky Doherty, a real chance here. Fay comes out, and it's an excellent save from Gemma Fay. Can she keep hold of it? Well, she's continued to come out of her box now. Arnott comes in, and it comes off Fay's body, and well, it was brilliant and then slightly risky.
It was a great save. The second touch by McLaughlin was a wee bit heavy, and it gave Fay the opportunity to charge out and save it. But what a great opportunity that was for Hibs. You kind of feel like if they're going to get themselves back into this game or win this game, really need to take these kind of chances.
Lauder. It's Ross. Well, it's one way to try and beat the record, but it was always just rising.
Well worth the effort. And Hibs have done well to crowd the box there. And Ross is more than capable of scoring from that kind of range.
Ross goes short to Brown, who is completely unmarked and easily done. McCarthy! And we've seen that header a few times this season. And how about in the big occasion for potentially the title against Hibs? That was outstanding.
So much space inside the 6-yard box. She's not going to miss from there. Too good in there. And it's hard to see Hibs getting back into this one now. It looks like 10 in a row already. City, so dominant today. Looking like champions.
Shine's profited here. Here comes the Roadrunner. Sarah Crilly blasts A full pelt, but Fife handled that one.
It's a frightening amount of space to give a player like Sarah Kelly running into the box. Good save by Fife.
Initially for Smith. And there's a chance here for Hibs, and it's blocked by Gemma Fay. It's the closest they've came in, when they were right on target there. Surely Heron should have buried it.
Good save by Fay. Don't know whether it took a nick on the way through. I think Heron would have been aiming for the bottom corner, but easy enough for Fay.
Now Shine at the other end of the break on here. Here comes Hayley Lauder. Can't she control? She has the time. And it's off the post. Shine on the follow-up. And from one end to the other on the break, City have finished it off. And they're less than half an hour away to 10 in a row.
Just shows you the danger of the break. Absolutely brilliant by City. Hayley Lauder again. She's been part of everything today. Hit the post, didn't get her goal. But Claire Shine, so deadly. And that's it, game over, 10 in a row.
Well, we look forward to the final couple of games of the season, because Claire Shine joins Sarah Crilly and Ian Cuthbert, 18 in all competitions. And Hibs haven't beaten City in league competition since a 3-2 win back in 2007, in the first year of the 10 in a row, which is going to become, you'd think now, a shock series of events. Brown took the corner, another shot one with Ross. Running McCulloch around. It's Joe Love time. Not quite. Will she get one in before the end of the season? Time's ticking.
With an excellent effort on her left foot. She always picks up these really dangerous positions on the edge of the box. So often it comes out to her and she smashes them in the top corner. I'm not going to give any sort of hope to Hibs in this last 10 minutes or so. And they want this clean sheet as well. It's a seat out style.
Here's Hunter. And Gemma Fay. Well, the clean sheet isn't there now. It's not one of Gemma Fay's finest moments. It may not well be the title for Hibs, or even the comeback, but something on the board. But all eyes will be on Gemma Fay there.
She won't feel too good about that one. It was a long way out. Fay, who's gathered these all day, every long distance effort has been scooped up with ease. And this one just trickles its way through and gives Hibs the goal.
Well, McMurchie's giving that clean away to Harrison here. So they get it back. Harrison's strike. It's off McCarthy. Lucy Graham. Harrison once more. Heron was around. Smacks a little bit like the Aberdeen game last year, where they just lost their heads the last 10 minutes after they conceded.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing there. Unbelievable there. If Harrison probably done one less step over, she might have got a shot away.
McLaughlin came off Ross for Ewens. Heron is waiting. It is Ewens, and well, there is maybe the best of Gemma Fay there. That was always at her, but she had to make the save.
Yeah, it was a good save by Gemma Fay, getting down, touching around the post, but Sarah Ewens showing her danger there as well.
Shot here for Williamson. It is Williamson, and it's side netting. Brownlee got in there in front. Brown just takes it back. It's hers. As is going to be another SWPL 1 medal. It's over. Historic, amazing. The fairy tale has come true. Scottish football history is made at the Excelsior Stadium as Glasgow City have won the SWPL title for 2016, the SWPL 1 title, and for the 10th season in a row, the champions of Scotland. Absolutely amazing achievement, and they've done it in front of their nearest title rivals. Paul Elliott.
There's been no doubt who the champions are today. Glasgow City have been ahead of Hibs every step of the way. Every ball, every touch, they've been absolutely fantastic. And they played like champions. They've been absolutely fantastic. And 10 in a row is an incredible achievement, and one that's well deserved.
Obviously, the two sides will meet again in the Cup final in a couple of weeks' time. and Hibs, of course, got their League Cup trophy earlier in the year. But 3 wins for City in the league this season has been the big difference between the two sides, the head-to-heads, and Hibs still haven't beaten Glasgow City in league competition since a 3-2 win 9 years ago, and that was the start of the 10-in-a-row season for Glasgow City. Things got going in the 10th minute through Sarah Crilly with her 8th goal in 4 games, which was an amazing start for her and for her side. They made it 2 right in the stroke of half-time through a Sam McCarthy wonderful header, and then in the second half Claire Shine finished things off after Hayley Lauder had some great work. And the pictures will say it all, and the celebrations, the trophy and the medals will come next week in their last home game and the last league game of the season against Rangers, but against their title rivals Glasgow City are the 2016 SWPL 1 champions. Welcome along to the Park. It is the big day in the 2017 SWPL 1 title race, and the big two, the top 2, are fighting for the title. Glasgow City can win for 11 seasons in a row here at Ainslie Park if they get the 3 points. A draw would help them out big time and securing the title as well. Hibs know that a win would take them to the top of the table with 1 game to play. Lorraine Clark is the referee for the occasion, and before we run through the team news on Remembrance Sunday, pause for reflection. So a moment paid for respect on the Remembrance Sunday to the teams, and for Hibs, well, Kevin Milne, former Royal Albert amongst other manager, taking over at the club as head coach from Chris Roberts. A couple of controversial red cards for Joel Murray and Lisa Robertson in the game, in the win against Rangers last week rules them out. Abby Harrison with 23 goals in all competitions, 15, top goal scorer in the league. She will be the threat along with 1 or 2 others. Rachel Small has been delivering goals, she's captain today as well. For City, a couple of changes of note. Joe Love comes into the middle part for Megan Foley, Kiva Keenan into the defence in the back 4 for Sav McCarthy. Abby Grant has been scoring goals for fun now, 20 in all competitions. She'll be looking to add to that today. Noel Murray and Hayley Lauder, big game players, scored in the 2-1 win here back in May. Almost set to go. And Glasgow City the wayside to get us going. Stephen Black alongside me in commentary. Stephen, what's your thoughts on the big game?
I think it's going to be a tight game today. Both teams are going to be up for it, you know, with the chance of winning the league title either today or next weekend, in the case of both of them, I suppose, and the way the match can go. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I think it will end up as a draw.
Not too bold from Stephen Barr. Glasgow City looking to get off to the front foot. Glockland with some early defending. Hunter puts a put through it for Turner. Smith in a foot race with Kiva Keenan. No, it's going to wriggle through, but no, it'll be towards goal. Could still be alive for Gallagher, and well, Kiva Keenan done for pace. Smith put her under all sorts of pressure. Will be a goal kick, but big chance in the break for Hibs.
Indeed, it's a really big chance for Hibs. I don't quite know what's happened there, because when she gets the ball it looks as if she's going to get it in and get it on target, but unlucky for Hibs. That's a really good chance on the break.
Docherty couldn't quite find Grant. Smith was there again. Noel Murray pitches that from Cornet. Noel Murray turns, shoots, and not far away.
Really unlucky. Great effort from Murray there. Excellent desire to go and win the ball back in such an advantageous position.
It's time for a Kiva Keenan long range at 1 or 2 shouts for handball. Did bubble up.
You're not going to get a shout for handball in an instance like that.
So take two from the throw in. This time to Ross. And looking for Grant. Here's McMurtry! And she does it again against Hibs. Scores big goals, and it's usually against Hibs, and she's done it again. And in the biggest of days, biggest of games, Glasgow City who strike first.
It's a huge goal, that one. An excellent finish. Keeper in no position to get to it. Beautiful strike, Glasgow City. I think at this stage, a deserved lead.
Decent free kick spot there. A little bit gusty. It's a cold day here in Edinburgh. Cape leaves it for Ross. In fact, it's going to be a different routine. A lot of stretching going on. Okay, got there. Crichton was at the back post. Comes for Lauder and smashes it just over. It was a move in the end. It almost went to great fruition. The Cape kept it alive, and it was a devilishly good ball in.
It's another massive chance for Glasgow City, that one. They've got to make this pressure tell whilst they're still getting the chances. She's unlucky. If she keeps that down, it's 2-0, and to be honest, from that point on, you don't see anything other than the Glasgow City win. But if they don't make this pressure tell, it could come back to bite them later in the game.
A pressing going on here, and Hunter, and it's been given away. Lauder, another try, save, but Abby Grant! And she does it again, scoring again, and Glasgow City, not even 24 minutes played, another 2-0 lead there, fast tracking their way to the title.
That's poor defending from Hibs, suicidal defending in that kind of position. The keeper's just got to get rid of that. When there's three Glasgow City players so close, that was always going to happen. And I think it shows you just how much these players want to win this game. That there is three of them getting up there, putting pressure on the Hibs defence, and even when the keeper's made a good save, there's someone there to follow it in.
Goal 21 in all competitions for the season for Abby Grant. 24 minutes played, and well, it looks like it could be job done. Big task here, and Nolly's getting away, and Lauder through, and the title being wrapped up in no time here. 25 minutes, 3 goals. Is that 11 in a row? Surely it has to be.
I think the phrase is game, set and match Glasgow City. It's poor defending again, and you're always at your most vulnerable when you've just scored, just conceded. That's the old cliche in football, and Glasgow City have proved it. And Hibs, they've just imploded at this point in time. I don't know what's happened. It's so strange when you see such a good team in a position that they're in. It's not something that Hibs will have experienced in a long, long time.
You have to question, well, a rock in the defence and Joe Murray and the captain not in the team, and Rachel Small having players in the huddle for an extraordinary couple of minutes. Going out, a little flick through here. Harrison is through and goal. Alexander with the save, and McMurtry hammers away, and May the 17th. Last time the defence breached in domestic football, that remains intact for now.
It's a good attempt by Harrison, but I think by her standards she's going to want to hit the back of the net in that circumstance. It's a good save by Alexander though, and it was in a comfortable range for her, right enough.
Half time then, it is Hibs 0, Glasgow City 3. Harrison just giving that away to Kiva Keenan. Lauder, Crichton, Katie McCabe, and first chance of the second half goes to the away side, but taken well by Jenna Fife.
It's a good chance for Katie McCabe, that, but it's a good save from Jenna Fife.
McCabe scored the decisive goal at the Excelsior Stadium at the end of September. Turn for Grant. Lauder through the legs of McLaughlin. Katie McCabe on the overlap, over the bar. Another chance for Katie McCabe in the second half.
Just got into another good position there. more excellent build-up play from Glasgow City, and she's just got to keep her shot down there, test the keeper, make her make the save at the very least.
Gallagher just keeping it in her grasp, the ball. Doherty, Murray, Grant. Abby Grant, wonderful try, tight angle. Fife had it covered, but good initiative.
It's a good effort. It's destined for the top corner, but top goalkeeping from Jenna Fife made sure she got across.
11 for McCabe. Grant losing it to Small. Katie Turner trying to get away in the pace. Harrison down the channel. Comes back with Smith. Smith strides, a good one. Alexander wasn't moving, but maybe she knew it was just going over.
Best chance of the game for Hibs, I think. She's a bit unlucky that it's curled up and over. If she keeps it down, it tests the keeper. I don't think the trajectory it's on anyway, I don't think she gets it past Leah Alexander.
McLaughlin, Harrison getting a snap header on, just by the post. Harson's ball is scooted up by Doherty. Crichton back to Doherty to hit and drive, and driven not far away.
She was not. It's a good effort across the goalkeeper. I think she caught Fife out a little bit with going across the goalie rather than going near post, but would have been icing on the cake if she'd got it.
Final knock-ins, great support that came along the M8 from Glasgow to Ainslie Park today. Testament to Hibs who have not dropped any points down other than City. It's been an improvement in that respect compared to the last campaign. Still a trophy to be won after the League Cup defence. Harrison with one possible final save which goes to Alexander. That could well be the last play in the game, and the hopes for the home side and the title ambitions for 2017. It is over, and the history makers just keep writing the new chapters. It's 11 in a row, and try stopping them. Hibs gave it a right good goal once again, and even closer goal, and it went down to this game effectively. But Glasgow City in the 3 league meetings have edged out the Edinburgh side, and they've done it on Hibs' own backyard this campaign. History books once more, Stephen Bark.
I don't think you can argue that they've been by far the better team today and thoroughly deserve to get the plaudits that they're going to get over the next few days. They've been much better than Hibs in the first half. They completely blew them out of the water. A couple of defensive mistakes, they took full advantage of them, and Hibs just couldn't get back into the game at all. Second half, City were barely out of second gear as they dominated possession, but not really created many chances. There were a couple of good ones that really they should have put the icing on the cake towards the end of the game, but it didn't matter in the end.
Champions of Scotland again for the 11th season in a row. It's finished at Ainslie Park. Hibernian 0, Glasgow City 3. Are you ready then? It is the showdown. Although the title won't be won today with one game to play, a winner should surely be in the box seats with that one game to go. And it is the SWPL 1 title race after the Scottish Cup semi-final last week, which Hibs won. It is the title showdown in many people's eyes. Glasgow City against Hibernian at Petershill Park. Team news, big names, big game. One change for Glasgow City from their midweek tough trip against Barcelona. Lydia Koulis has a calf injury, so isn't involved in the squad today. Lara Ivanusa plays, and it is the only change. Aileen Lauder and Abby Grant, both players that scored in the decisive game last season in the league, looking to add to tally their goal numbering charts. Hibs, just the one change for them from the cup game last week. Jamie Lee Napier, who was partially arrested after a Scotland youth duty, comes back in for Amy Gallagher. Jewel Murray, the captain, has been performing well in the second half of the season after her injury. She scored last week. She has the armband here. Abby Harrison, probably not one of her better games last week, but has scored 4 goals against City, won in the league in that hat-trick in the League Cup semi-final earlier in the season. Referee for the big game is Ross Burrell. Howard for Lauder. Grant. Lauder continued the run here. Howitt in the middle! Kirsty Howitt opens the scoring in the big game. 5.5 minutes played.
That's great hold-up play by Kirsty Howitt in the first instance when Joe Love's header just breaks her in the middle of the park. That one little thing in the middle there has set Glasgow City on the way, and then Kirsty Howitt's made the run, made sure she gets in there, made sure she gets the ball first, and it's been a good positive start by Glasgow City.
Murray. Love ahead of Harrison. Robertson, lovely finesse pass here for Napier. Oh, and it's just going to whistle by. I don't know if Harrison got a nick. If she did, surely that would have been in the back of the net.
It's a big chance for Hibs. Best chance of the game for them so far.
Hibs can't afford to give Glasgow City too much time to escape positions.
Down it comes straight away for City with Lauder again and Grant. Grant, Mickey, the block here. Howitt trying to bulldoze. It's Howitt. Well, it's another half chance here, again coming from a little bit of a mistake. Mickey bounced off Lauder. Ivanusa fairly quiet in the first half, but now she picks out Grant. Grant having to work her way by. Did that bounce up off the hand? No real claims. It was very quick in the process, and away it comes. Now it's Harrison against Love, and Harrison wins out against Love. Plenty coming in here for Hibs. Harrison goes for it herself, I think.
Yeah, Joe Love sells herself there. She makes it so obvious that she's going to go in for the tackle. Makes it easy for Harrison to get past her, get down the line, and that's the one place you don't want her to go.
Howitt here for Ivanusa to get some space. Brownlee didn't quite judge where the ball might have went, so McLaughlin's got time. Crichton and Docherty getting in the way of each other. Crichton clearly giving the shout, but the carry on to City. That come off the hand of Crichton, will play on here. Ivanusa, Lara Ivanusa, wide it goes. Well, that was a bit chaotic all the way through that move.
Not bad effort from Ivanusa. Maybe something she needs to work on as she progresses in her career, as we haven't seen her do a lot from that kind of area.
Half-time score then, it's Glasgow City 1, Hibernian 0. McLaughlin. Ross is in the march with Jamie Lee Napier. Well, that was Hibs' closest chance to levelling it up at 1-1.
She's done really, really well to get the better of the Glasgow City defence, which has maybe just stepped up a little bit too high in trying to catch her offside. She should be scoring from that kind of range though.
Leonessa managed to scrap the ball for Grant. Hunter and Cornet doing well to get the ball back and coming together between Grant and Hunter, but McLaughlin plays on here for Hibs. Takes a ping, but taken by Leah Alexander.
It's a difficult one with the sun in her eyes. Does well to get her body behind it.
Harrison. With a corner. And our patient Hibs. So Robertson with the delivery. Oh, and it's going to be tapped in by Siobhan Hunter. She scored an own goal last week, it was in vain. She scored at the right end, and it's a big celebration for the Wayside. 1-1.
Really well worked corner from Hibs there. They've got everybody on the line, and that's the one weakness that Lee Alexander and the City defence have, is that there aren't many tall players. No one really to command that line when they're there, and Hibs have created some good chances today. They've taken one of them, as they are always capable of doing. Now it sets up a really interesting last period of this game, because you know, winning this game.
Here's Lauder through the other end. Hunter this time slipping. Foley in the centre. Crichton around. Can they get it in? They can! Wow, my goodness me, Leanne Crichton. They thought they nearly missed the chance with Megan Foley, but Leanne Crichton was there. No, very quickly. It's number 2.
That's poor defending from Hibs this time. That's the one thing you just don't want to do, is concede so early after you've just scored, and all they have to do is just settle, take a second, calm down. They've not done that, and Glasgow City have taken advantage.
Leanne Crichton's 20th goal for Glasgow City. Clark and Crichton trying to get it away here. Girasoli feeds it partially away. Harrison was she fouled. Oh, Hibs have it back with McLaughlin, who trying to carry on the momentum. Love just about getting it off Napier, but space for McLaughlin. McGregor. Well, it's a firing drive straight at Alexander, though either side it would have been 2-2.
Yeah, that's the only criticism you can say there. She's hit that sweet as you like. The only problem is it's straight at Lee Alexander.
Hunter firing for Miki in space. Pass Foley. Robertson. McGregor flags up here. And did eventually find its way into the back of the net, but the flag was up well before it hit the back of the net.
That's a crucial one. It was difficult to tell from here whether there was a definite offside. The question then is as well, the second ball across, was there an offside from that? Possibly, possibly not.
88th minute. Header on, was there a big shout of handball in the Winnall there? Referee and officials say no.
Not sure exactly who it came off.
Murray back in with a header into Alexander's hands.
Not sure exactly who it came off, but she's got her back to the ball. She's no idea where the ball is. Nothing she could do about it. Totally understandable why the Hibs players have appealed for it.
Well, it's been 4,004 days since Hibs last beat Glasgow City in a league game. McLaughlin. Pass Foley here, Napier in the middle. Last chance. Surely. Alexander. It comes off her. It comes off her for a corner right at the death for Hibs here. taken quickly. Robertson lashes in! Crossbar shaken. Is Hibs' title chances shaken and over? It is game over, and with 1 game to play, Glasgow City are 3 points clear in the title race. They have a cushion at last in terms of points, and there is still the 1 game to play, of course, but it's a huge day for Glasgow City in the quest for 12 in a row, and for Hibs it's going to tick over into next season. 11 years since they've beaten City in a league game. My goodness me, Stephen Bark.
At the end there, you thought that tiny wee mistake from Lee Alexander was maybe going to come back and cost Glasgow City, but the crossbar comes to the rescue. Over the 90 minutes, I think they just did enough to get the 3 points today. Both teams put everything into this. They showed why they are the country's best 2 teams, but the job's only half done. They've got to make sure they remain unbeaten, see out the last game, and win the league again.
Yes, Spartans still to come here next Sunday in the game, which if they can pick up at least 1 point, that will seal the title for the 12th season in a row. In the game of games, the game in Scotland this weekend, and it's finished at Petershill Park. Glasgow City 2, Hibernian 1.
We are back, the SUPERCUT 1 is back, and 7 players across 2 sides here in the World Cup squad. It is the homecoming, but we're back to domestic action, and it is 2 title heavyweights of recent years. It's Glasgow City up against Hibernian. What a return to league action for City. They're looking to continue a 11.5-year run of being unbeaten against Hibs in the league. For the side in purple today, they must win to keep their title hopes alive. Big game in this August muggy afternoon. Kirsta Howitt will continue her form as top goal scorer, looking to add to her tally. And a strong side, Rachel McLaughlin, a former Hibs player, now part of this team now in orange. For Hibs, their 2 World Cup players, Joel Murray and Jenna Fife, part of their side. Jamie Lee Napier is their top goal scorer. Fast end-to-end pace. Napier now for Boyle. Here's Davidson, previously part of the Glasgow City youth set-up, and there's Boyle. It's a decent little try there, but Alexander well held. Stinger for the fingertips. Bigger crowd in today, which is good to see. Rachel McLaughlin, former Hibs player of course, via 6 months or so at Yeovil. And a slice from Murray. A fast-paced start to the game at Petershill. Lauder flicks it over, and Howitt is in. And trademark goal, trademark look to the heavens. What a start in the big game and the return to league action. 8th minute. And Kirsty Howitt, the lob ball from Lauder. In behind, past Amy Muir. And what a finish. And for the bigger crowd here today, post World Cup, what a goal. Doherty with this free kick. Comes off Joel Murray's head, and Shine with the try. Clear Shine, not far away at all. Bounced up on that half volley. Good try. Mickey then for Boyle. Davidson dispossessed by McLaughlin. That's Hunter with that fulsome boot on Boyle. Snap heifer again, this time just over. A couple of tries for Rachel Boyle. Different surname now, but still the same quality player. Just wasn't quite coming down quick enough. McLaughlin looking to pick out Shine. Murray got the slide in. Crichton. Header away there. Crichton breaking her neck to get there ahead of McGregor. What take there from Doherty? That's got the crowd excited. Five not sure where to go. Lauder keeps it alive. Hunter only half away. Time here for Howitt. On the half-hour mark. Second goal of the game for Kirsty Howitt. Goal 19 of the season. 15th in SWPL 1. And a big statement here from Scott Booth's side. First game in this second part of the season. Doherty's sublime control. Lauder causing problems. Hunter couldn't clear, and Howitt had all the time in the world. And it's 2-0 City here. McLaughlin, excellent so far on that far side. Now Howitt with that traditional hold-up play. Foley. Doherty sneaking in there. And Five met it. Couldn't quite get the power perhaps to swirl it by the goalie. A great position she was. Kerr spins around again. City have been absolutely on top form in this first half here. Lauder, the skill for Megan Foley to blast away from Hunter. Murray, oh, it's a mistake. But Howitt couldn't get the effort past Jenna Five. Murray will be relieved, but well taken by Five. Along here from Hunter for Miki McLaughlin. Miki, good little battle this. Oh, so that was calm and composed with her experience. Foley, well, comes back here off Hunter, and Napier is through here, and Joe Love makes the tackle. A different looking defence today with a couple of youngsters usually there. Girasoli and Clark rested after their Euros exploits. Doherty, Howitt can't reach it. There's Foley, not quite coming down for Megan Foley. City could have had at least a couple more. Ross, that is loose from Leanne Ross. Napier, it's Kirsten Riley. Oh, and just a few inches away from being on target. Gallagher. Napier through the middle. It has caused one or two problems, particularly more in the second half. Push wide. Doherty across there. And that's not going to quite come for Higgins. Loader ping, which Murray deals with, but given here to Sinclair. Signed, of course, just before the summer break from Rangers. Good 1-2 there. Hunter with the challenge, a scything challenge from Siobhan Hunter. A little bit of needle with Kirsty Howitt. I think Siobhan Hunter's going to get a yellow card here for this challenge. Didn't win the ball. Got a furious conversation going on here from Siobhan Hunter. Oh, and the referee's going to bring out a red card here. He's pretty sure he didn't show Siobhan Hunter a yellow card, but I think he's quickly showed her 2 yellow cards in that one bit of play. Almost indicating there's 1 yellow, but I'm giving you a second, and I wonder if Siobhan Hunter looks like she's had too much to say. Grant Scott does not look happy at all. Still got a free kick to play here. It's Leanne Ross. Not a million miles away from the City captain. One of our trademark free kick strikes. You're looking to find that little spark. Hibs trying to find something in the closing stages. City may well feel they could have had 1 or 2 more. It's long here from Boyle. And Napier and Alexanders came rushing out, and Jamie Lee Napier has given Hibs hope in the 82nd minute. She scored in a 2-2 draw last year. Hibs got any chance of a draw here? Alexander came rushing out. Napier just managed to put it past her. Crichton up in the Murray back down. Hibs with fighting them with the goal, despite the 10 players. Murray having to defend though here. Howitt putting pressure on, and that's fine, says the referee. Kirsty Howitt looking for the hat trick, and it's off the crossbar from Kirsty Howitt. 2 first half goals, and almost the third here towards the end of the game. Fully trying to keep it alive, but what play! Like muscle Joel Murray. Oh, and off the woodwork. There goes the final whistle at Petershill Park for Rachel McLaughlin, her first game against the side she played for previously and her Glasgow City teammates. It's a big statement as they move clear by a further 3 points from Hibs, which pretty much extinguishes their title hopes. Celtic in the mix too, of course, with their Old Firm win against Rangers. But first game back after the summer break, no rustiness at all. 2 first half goals from Kirsty Howitt. It could well have been a couple more as the game went on. Hibs did get hope through Jamie Lee Napier. They crept into the game later in the second half, but Siobhan Hunter got a red card in the latter stages of that half too. But for Hibs, in a season which they have had to rebuild their squad, it probably won't be them. That'll be Charlton City. It could well be Celtic, and that game is in a couple of weeks' time in this busy stage of the season. Hibs are in Champions League duty. Good luck to them. The final score here, it's Glasgow City 2, Hibs 1.